Hey, hello everyone. We are going to right now summarize or get updated about the revised syllabus of CBSC class 10 2021 board papers and the paper pattern as well. Okay, so let's go on. It will be much better if you have your textbooks handy, the first flight and the footprints without foot handy, also a pencil or a pen and paper handy. Please pause the videos or rewind and watch it and make a note of each and every detail. That will be helpful for you. So let's move on. Main course book, that is a textbook, first flight. Have it handy. You have a pencil or a paper handy. Second is the supplementary reader book or the footprints without feet book. Both the books. Let's check what exactly is being done. It's like 30% of the syllabus from both the books is been reduced altogether, and nearly 50% of your paper is going to be all about MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. How exactly to address these questions in your answer sheet or write them down is already discussed. We'll do a lot of practice for it. So you need to pay good amount of attention to your textual readings in details. Now this is the index of your first flight book. The old index or the right now current index looks like this. For this year, just for this year, topic number 8, which will the author is deleted. Just mark down with a pencil that this topic is deleted. From the first flight book, poetry topics, altogether 4 poetries are deleted. Third one is already done by us, so just ignore it for time being. Third, how to tell wild animals, deleted. The trees not there, fog also not there, and Frore and Gregory is also not there. So just mark with a pencil as deleted or D for these 4 topics in poetry. Then footprints without feet. Altogether we had 10 topics, out of which 3 of the topics have been deleted. The third one, a question of trust. Fourth one, the midnight visitor. And 10th one, the book that saved the earth. So just mark them down as deleted. Then shall I move on? Next, in grammar, altogether we had 10 topics: tenses, modals, voices, SVA, subject verb concord, reporting speech, clauses, determiners and prepositions. Altogether we had 8 topics which were supposed to be answered in the form of gap filling, editing or omission, sentence reordering or sentence transformations. Which now stands to be like uses of passive voices, no more there in the syllabus. Clauses, all the 3 clauses not there, noun, adverb and adjective or relative clauses. Prepositions are also not there. So what remains to be studied right now is tenses, modals, reporting speech, subject verb concord or agreement and determiners. So the syllabus is very simple and easy right now. Only 3 topics to be dealt, 5 topics to be dealt: tenses, modals, reporting speech, subject and determiners. 3 deleted. Let's move on. Watch in a video and then then we will try to analyze the syllabus. Watch in the details of paper pattern for you to understand. So for your English language and literature, code 184. For 10 standard, the weightage for this year, that is in the pandemic situation, the year 2021, this is going to be the accurate scaling for reading skill, writing skill, grammar and literature, that is including the textbook and the supplementary reader. Let's start with the part 1. Part 1 will include reading. The question 1 will be an MCQ sort of question wherein you have a discursive passage for 400 to 450 words which will test your inferences, evaluation and vocabulary skill. You will have to answer 10 questions out of the 12 questions been given to you, 1 mark each. Same is the case with the second passage. Second passage will also be a comprehensive type of passage for 300 to 350 words, which will be based on a case based factual passage, and you have to answer 10 questions from the 12 questions given to you, which will be for 1 mark each. It will also once again be a MCQ type of question. And discursive passages, when it will talk about discursive passages, when it will talk about किती बाकीचा पसारा येतो याच्यामध्ये शी. Okay, reading language and literature code 184. You all have got 10 standard A, B, C sections, and reading skill, writing skill and grammar, and literature and supplementary reader. Let's try to check the weightage and the partition done for the pandemic situation just for this year 2021. The reading scales is altogether for 20 marks. Skill, first question is MCQ again, multiple choice question, which will be based on discursive passage. That is, a number of things will be included in one passage, which you have to separate, bifurcate and comprehend properly, and then answer the questions, wherein you have got 12 questions total, out of which you have to answer any 10 questions, MCQ type. Then the next question is also a passage based question, but this time the passage will be case based factual passage, which will be altogether again for 10 marks. You will have 12 questions and you have to answer any 10 questions, which will be for 1 mark each. It is again MCQ. So question 1 and question 2 is MCQ. Question 1 is discursive passage and question 2 is a case based factual passage. Both the questions you will have 12 questions, out of which you have to answer any 10 questions. Okay, and both are MCQ. This is for 10 marks and this one is also for 10 marks. So altogether 20 marks. Now let's come down to literature. This here question number 3 and question number 4 will also again be MCQ type of question, wherein this will be extract based, means from lessons, from your prose sections you will be given question. You have to answer any one out of the 2 extracts. 2 questions will be given. So there are multiple options here. 5 marks will be allotted, 1 mark each. Question number 4 will also an MCQ question. Here also you have an option. 2 extracts will be given, out of which one you have to answer, but here the extract will be from poetry and you have to answer any one of the extract, which will be for 1 mark each question. Total 5 questions will be there. So here literature will be 5 marks prose and 5 marks poetry, 10 marks total. Now let's come down to grammar. Grammar will also be again in MCQ format. Out of 12 questions you have to answer any 10 questions. I repeat, grammar will all together be in the form of MCQs, so no need to get confused. If your conceptual basic knowledge is clear, you will not get confused with the options. Don't go for the options. Okay, then it will be 12 marks questions altogether, out of which you have to answer 10 mark questions. There is option for you, 1 mark for each question, and in this you have got tenses, modals, subject verb concord, reported speech and determiners. Only 5 topics are there. These topics have been deleted from your syllabus for grammar English 10 standard. Passive voices, clauses and prepositions. I repeat, passive voices, clauses and prepositions are repeated. So grammar we revise once again. 5th question will be all about grammar. It will all talk about MCQs. Total 12 questions will be there, out of which you've got to answer any 10 questions and you score all the 10 marks. You have to be conceptually perfect only in these 5 types of questions: tenses, modals, subject verb concord, reported speech and determiners. The rest of the 3 have been deleted. Part B will be about the subjective questions, which will talk about the literature writing or your grammar writing skills, wherein a letter writing, they haven't deleted anything in here but reduced the weightage over here. For letter writing we used to have 10 marks. Here you are going to have only 5 marks and the word limit is 100 to 150 Here also you have an option. Out of two options, you have to select one of them. Then writing an analytical paragraph, sort of essay sort of thing, wherein you will be given provided information, data, charts and cues will be given like we have practiced in the class test. Out of that you have to select one feasible paragraph and then answer the questions for 5 marks. So here letter also you have an option as well as an analytical paragraph as well. Then literature, question number 3, 4 out of 6 short questions you will have to answer for 20 to 30 words each. It would be from first flight and footprints without feet. 2 out of 3 from first flight and 2 out of 3 from footprints. See, question number 3, 20 to 30 words, 2 marks each. 2 out of 3 from first flight and 2 out of 3 from footprints compulsorily. It cannot be that total 4 questions I have got to answer. So I answer all the 3 questions from first flight and 1 question from footprints. No, you have to answer 2 questions from first flight and 2 questions from footprint compulsorily. Only then your answer will be corrected and you will get marks for it. Question number 4, 4 out of 6 short answers which you have to answer for 40 to 50 words each, which would be from first flight and footprints. Same for formula applies here. 2 out of 3 from first flight and 2 out of 3 from footprints. So you have got ample number of options over here, so need not worry, but it is compulsory that you have got to answer 2 questions from first flight and 2 questions from footprints. Now let's get down to 5th question, which is 1 out of the 2 long question. Again you have an option over here wherein you have to answer question from first flight in about 100 to 120 words in a very creative and imaginative way. It could be a value based question or it could be an open ended question. This can be passage based also, or situation or plot will be given from the textbook and you have got to answer it for 5 marks altogether. Then question number 6 will be again 1 out of the 2. Again you have got an option, but this time the question will be from footprints without feet and you have got to answer for 100 to 120 words. Again an interpretation will be tested, your interpretation will be tested about the given plot or theme from the footprints without feet book and you have got to answer it for 5 marks. So this is about the paper pattern and these are the deleted topics from your syllabus. The first flight book, how to tell wild animals, trees, fog, Midgebill the otter and for and Gregory, these topics have been deleted from your textbooks of first flight. Okay, then footprints without feet, the supplementary reader for your extended reading. From that book 3 topics have been deleted, the midnight visitor and a question of trust. Then the book that saved the earth, these 3 topics have been deleted. Please take a note of it and prepare well, since less syllabus is there, so you can easily prepare well. Everything is mentioned in detail over here and you can understand everything perfectly. Then having gone through the video, having seen the paper pattern, what exactly is the change that is made in the syllabus? Previously it was reading for 20 marks, writing for 10 marks, grammar for 10 marks and literature also was for 30 marks. But this time what they have done is, the CBSE board, reading is there for 20 marks, which is again most of them are MCQs. Writing is also for 10 marks, which is your letter writing, 5 marks letter and 5 marks passage writing, and grammar is also there for 10 marks, but again in the form of MCQs, and literature is for 40 marks altogether from footprints and from first flight. Okay, that's it. Thank you so very much. If you have any queries, just rewind the video, re-watch it and note down all the details. Thank you.